All right, everybody, tonight we're going to talk about how to multiply fractions. The great thing about multiplying fractions is that it's actually far easier than you would anticipate. It's much easier than adding or subtracting fractions because you don't end up needing to have like denominators. So let's look at what this means in the context of our first problem. So for an after-school snack, you and your sibling are sharing the remaining 2/5 of a leftover pizza. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this leftover pizza here. And we've got 2/5 of it remaining. So I'm going to draw where those original fifths of our pizza were. And we've got 2/5 of it remaining. So that's these 2/5 right here. Now, you want to share it so that each of you gets half of the leftovers, okay? Half of this amount of pizza that's right here. Note that that's not half of a whole pizza, it's half of the 2/5. So we now are doing, essentially, 2/5 times 1/2. Now, if we go back to our problem, we can take each of these fifths of a pizza, right? This 1/5 that we've got here, and this 1/5, and we can split each of them into a half. So if you take this half of a fifth and this half of a fifth, let's note if we were to extend this to consider the whole pizza, right? Then what these half of a fifths represent is actually 1/10. And if you're getting 2 of those 1/10s, then you're getting 2/10. If we go back to the equation that we wrote out, notice 5 times 2 gave us 10, and 2 times 1 is 2. So all we really need to do with multiplication is multiply across the top and then multiply across the bottom. So now that we've got the general steps down, let's see if we can look at another example. One of the students in the band, of the students in the band, 2/3 play a brass instrument. And of those students who play a brass instrument, 3/8 play the trumpet. And we want to know what fraction of the students in the band play the trumpet. So here we've got, again, another multiplication problem. And all we need to do is multiply across the top and then multiply across the bottom. So 2 times 3 gives us 6. If we go back to our denominators, 3 times 8 will give us 24. Now notice that this 6 over 24 is not simplified, right? If we look at what the greatest common factor of 6 and 24 is, we can see that they're both, in fact, divisible by 6. So let's try to simplify this by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So we're actually left with 1/4. And back into the context of the problem, that means 1/4 of the students in the band play the trumpet.